Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association ARCA Series. I am your commentator tonight, Austin Householder, and we are coming to you live from Iowa Motor Speedway, a 0.8 of a mile oval located in Newton, Iowa, where these drivers are going to compete for 175 laps. Rules for tonight's event: these drivers will be given 3 sets of tires, 65% fuel, and 1 quick repair to get this race done. Our pit window currently looking to be about 60 to 80 laps for these guys. So planning on 2 pit stops, but with caution flags, they may be able to stretch out their fuel runs to just 1 pit stop to get this race done. And with a staggering 30-plus car field, once again, 30-plus drivers registered and in the session for this one, we are expecting to see some caution flags fly tonight at such a small track with a high car count. As the drivers are getting ready to start their qualifying runs, we had an interesting top 3 up there in practice. Running second and third was Seth LaCroix and Joseph Truskowski, 2 well-known drivers here in the NORA ARCA Series, as well as the Cup Series, returning for Season 2 of the ARCA. We've been keeping an eye on them throughout the first 2 weeks of this series. Joseph Truskowski not making very many friends out there, but he is determined to win. He had a disappointing run at Daytona last night in the Cup Series. Looking to bounce back here tonight. And we also had Seth LaCroix, who had a very good run at Daytona, only to have his race spoiled by a late race caution, knocking him out of a podium position, him and his teammates. Only his teammate Dawson Price going to get a podium last night at Daytona. Dawson came in third. We're currently going to look at the 8 of Colton Kinney on track for his qualifying run. I was speaking to him earlier. He is very excited about this paint scheme he's running tonight. He had a good friend set this paint scheme up for him. He said he wanted some screen time. Well, he's got it here on his qualifying run. He also mentioned that he wants to keep this car looking pretty after a disappointing race at Daytona last week, where that car ended up on the wrecker. And a solid run for Colton there, as he qualifies 10th right now. But Wesley Lynch is currently sitting on the pole, the driver of the 33 Chevy. He was the fastest in practice, laying down the fastest lap time just minutes before the practice session ended. We've already got some fans entering the chat. Done Dirty sounds like he's doing his best Bruce Buffer impression. It's time. And yes, it is time, Done Dirty. We are getting ready to go racing. Joseph Benson entering the chat as well. Joseph Benson, normally the first one in the chat, but Done Dirty beat him here tonight. And we have James Warts entering the chat, rooting for Average Joe's and Apex Racing. We are currently looking at 21 of Michael Boyd on track for his qualifying run. And the camera is going to switch over to that 57 of Joseph Truskowski, looking to bounce back here tonight, his first lap of the run. And over on Facebook, we have Caleb Ramsey entering the chat, saying his pick for the win tonight is his boy Jonathan Wiley. Jonathan with a podium finish last week at Daytona, looking to make his way back to the podium here tonight. see Joseph Treskowski slowing that car to the inside. He sets a time good enough to take fourth. He's sitting just behind Robbie Good. And that 57 will be one to keep an eye on here tonight. The last two races, he has had an issue with blinking. We're going to see if he got his internet woes figured out and can compete in this one. Hunter Geyer currently on track right now. Just beat out Joseph Treskowski for that fourth place position. Warts, I apologize. Or Wartez, I'm sorry. And currently looking at the 15 of Alan Martin on track. Looks like he has just completed his run. But there's the 87 of Christopher Howe, making his second lap of qualifying. Christopher Howe, we were watching him last night at Daytona in the Cup Series. He was very good at the drafting tracks, especially at pushing the guy in front of him. We're going to see if he can carry that over to the short track here tonight at Iowa. Once again, we are just shy of a mile. Ortiz. All right. James, I apologize. And once again, I am not the best at calling out names, and I am still trying to learn every new driver's name here in the ARCA series. The field almost doubling, and I am trying to get about 15 new drivers' names down right now. And it looks like most everyone has finished their qualifying run, so we are going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by URA Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back, folks. Once again, another big thank you to URA Flyovers for those opening ceremonies. I ask you guys every week, please go like them out, check them out on Facebook, drop them a like and a follow if you are a league owner, a league racer, or a broadcaster looking to bring something extra to your stream. Shoot them a message. They can custom make a flyover for any NASCAR track. With that, just 1 minute till these drivers are going to start gridding up. Everyone has qualified with the exception of the 420 of Chris Chimopoulos. It looks like he's going to have to roll off 35th tonight. I was talking to a couple of drivers, Dakota Dennis being one of them, worried about this short track early on with all these new drivers stacked up. Dakota was talking about maybe foregoing qualifying. He did lay down a lap good enough to take 27th, But Chris Chimopoulos, the only one electing to start from the back and not qualify. All right, and still waiting for the grid, and our qualifying has officially ended. We're going to go ahead and run through our official starting grid. Starting on the front row, Wesley Lynch takes the pole. His outside will be Christopher Howe. Rolling off in third will be Seth LaCroix. Robbie Good will start in fourth. Sean Merriman's going to roll off fifth. Hunter Geyer in sixth. Joseph Truskowski will roll off seventh. Casey Flowers will be starting this race at Joseph's outside in eighth. In ninth place, we have Joshua Hyatt. Omar Rodriguez will roll off 10th. Michael Boyd will be starting 11th. Jackson Sibley is going to roll off 12th. And in 13th, we have Tanner Witt driving the 88. Cody Sanderson's going to roll off 14th. Alan Martin will be rolling off 15th, driving the number 15. Connor Price will be rolling off 16th. Travis Neiman is going to be rolling off 17th. Brandon McGraw will be to his outside in 18th. 19th will be Craig Peterson. George Chimopoulos will be rolling off 20th. In 21st, we have Colton Kinney. Mike Hill is going to roll off in 22nd. Dave Stinson will be starting 23rd. In 24th will be Preston Shepard. We had him in the booth with us last night. Braden Craycraft will be starting 25th. And 26th will be Ryan Mack. Dakota Dennis is going to start 27th tonight. Stephen Linger in 28th. Rolling off 29th will be Thomas Adams, driver of the 64 Aaron's Dream Machine. John Anthony will roll off 30th. And 31st will be Ethan Straub. Cameron Cresson is going to roll off 22nd. Terrell Wheeler will be starting 33rd. And Chris Jones will be to his outside in 34th. And then Chris Chimopoulos will be rolling off 35th, rounding out your field after foregoing qualifying. We have Brittany Cresson rooting for Cameron Cresson. Andy out here rooting for Wesley Lynch. The fans are starting to roll in on YouTube now, as their first of two qualifying laps is now complete. I think Wesley Lynch and Christopher Howe are going to be the ones to watch here tonight. They are both newcomers trying to make a name for themselves here in the ARCA series. But don't count out Seth LaCroix in that 29 car. This goes green. We've seen him very strong on the green flag runs, and he can make up some time on pit road. Do not count that 29 car out. And we've also got the defending champion, Sean Merriman, back there in fifth, driver of the 18. But he's got the 57 of Joseph Truskowski behind him. That could spell trouble. As the pace car is off, we are getting ready to get this one underway. Green flag is out, and they are off. Wesley Lynch taking control of this one. But Christopher Howe trying to battle back on that outside. They have made it through turn 1 and 2 cleanly. Seth LaCroix hanging there in third. Joseph Truskowski, though, already on the move. He has gotten by defending champion Sean Merriman. As they work it out and get single file, Joseph Truskowski is on a mission. He's gotten to the inside of Seth LaCroix. He is on the move, now challenging Christopher Howe for second. Truskowski making that bottom line work for him. We now have Joseph Truskowski in second. He has got Wesley Lynch in his sights, looking to take control of this one early on. Now 4 laps in the books cleanly. It appears they are going single file, and it is time for a Creative Castle. Crank it up. All right, and we are back in some developments up front. Joseph Truskowski was able to get by Wesley Lynch for the lead, but Christopher Howe working that high side, looking to take that lead away from the 57. We see Wesley Lynch way up there near the wall. He may have used up his tires here early on. We see Sean Merriman going for a ride through the infield. Sean Merriman in trouble here on lap 10. We're going to stay green, and another development back there as well. Someone else getting spun. We're trying to figure out who that was. Tough racing back there in the pack. We're going to go back and see what happened here with Sean Merriman. And I'm not sure if Sean Merriman just got loose or if he had help. It looks like Seth LaCroix may have made some contact there with that 18 car. Not how Sean Merriman wanted to start this season. Going back to the front, Christopher Howe has completed his pass on Joseph Truskowski. As Hal looks to put some distance between him and the pack. He's got that clean air working for him. As we are mostly single file up front, we're going to move to the back of the pack. Currently looking at Brandon McGraw and Mike Hill battling it out. But they have the defending champion, Sean Merriman, hot on their tail. Sean Merriman, after his trip through the infield, it did not appear that he hit anything. Able to get that car running right again. So now Sean Merriman back on a mission to get back to the front here. And looking further back in the pack, Dakota Dennis, driver of that 19 machine, is on the move. Up 5 positions already to 22nd. He had the intentions of trying to save some tire, be very conservative with this one. Maybe start in the back. And he's set a qualifying time to start in the back. Concerns about all these cars on this track. Caution is out. Caution will come out here on lap 18. It looks like Hunter Geyer involved in that. Go back, take a look, see what happened here. That is Hunter Geyer in the 17, way up high there. It looks like he just got loose. The 48 gets into him. Once again, that is the 48 of Connor Price. Does not look like anything major done to that 17 car. Should not knock him out of the race. But I'm also seeing an issue with Christopher Howe up front. He was our race leader. Looks like Howe just coming to a rest, waiting on the pace car. The green flag pit stops have begun here. Alan Martin on pit road, Sean Merriman, Brandon McGraw, Mike Hill, Dave Stinson, Preston Shepard, Ethan Straub, George Chomopoulos, and Travis Neamon on pit road. Dakota Dennis as well. About 10 cars opting to pit early on here. Looking through our statistics, we have 2 hard chargers right now. That is the 43 of Terrell Wheeler and the 6 of Chris Jones, both up 14 positions. That's crazy to me. Up 14 positions. They are currently sitting 19th and 20th. So still a long ladder to climb to get up to the front here. But once again, the one to keep an eye on here is that 57 of Joseph Truskowski. Started in 7th, now up to 2nd. He has been on the move early in this one. We're going to see if he can continue that momentum here. They get ready to go back green flag racing. Pace car is off. Green flag is in the starter hands as Christopher Howe leads them down to the green flag. And we are back racing, folks. Christopher Howe getting the jump on Joseph Truskowski. Seth LaCroix almost got a nose to the inside of Truskowski, but Truskowski going to shut the door, trying to go low here. Seth LaCroix dealing with the 33 of Wesley Lynch to his outside. Truskowski, though, getting to the inside of Christopher Howe now. And Truskowski looking to go back to the lead here. Not quite clear yet. He's going to get him this next time by, though, it looks like. And Truskowski going to clear Howe. Take over the lead as Wesley Lynch tries to take 3rd place back to Seth LaCroix. Watching that 29 of Seth LaCroix, he is now being challenged by the 77 of Robbie Good. Robbie Good making some ground up on the outside there. Robbie Good way up high near the wall. Robbie Good and Seth LaCroix going to make contact. Then Robbie Good going to hit the outside wall. That's going to allow Seth to get back up to the front. We're going to head further back in the pack. Terrell Wheeler continuing his charge to the front. That 43 car now up 17 positions. I'm now seeing an issue with Dave Stinson. Hearing multiple laps down, it looks like he may have been in an incident. We're going to go back, take a look, see what happened here. It looks like this was on the restart. Dave Stinson driving that 28 car. It looks like Dave Stinson with a mechanical problem on that restart. Crew went to work on that car. Moving back up to the front. The battle is now for 2nd. Christopher Howe and Wesley Lynch. Lynch, who started on the pole, trying to make his way back up to the front. That's opening up the door for Seth LaCroix to try and get his position back and go back to 3rd. And another notable mover here, that 8 of Colton Kinney, making his way up to 14th, up 7 positions from where he started. As well as Steven Linger going to crack the top 20, up 9 positions. So we've got some guys coming from the back. And our big loser right now, Travis Neamon, down 14 positions, all the way back to 31st. He did pit under that last caution. So a lot of these guys who opted to pit only need one more pit stop to get this done. That strategy may come back to work out for these guys, though, as we've had a relatively clean race. Only one caution in 34 laps. I tell you what, that's surprised even me. All these, the large number of cars on track. Bad news, it looks like we have some incident involving Seth LaCroix and possibly Joseph Truskowski as well. Joseph Truskowski falling back to 11th. We're going to go back, take a look, see what happened here. LaCroix was to the outside of Truskowski. LaCroix trying to work that bottom and challenge for the lead, and it looks like he just got into that 87, and Joseph Truskowski going to come around, turn Seth LaCroix. And after that replay, we are waiting on the Seth LaCroix fans to make themselves heard in the chat. A little bit of a rivalry between LaCroix and Truskowski, and it continues here tonight as Truskowski only dropped it back to 8th, but Seth LaCroix all the way back to 33rd. Spin like that, gonna damage the tires. Maybe slow that 29 car down. But it does not appear to be slowing Truskowski down. He's already up 3 positions from the time of that wreck where he fell back to 11th. Now we have Michael Boyd cracking the top 3 now in that 21 car, up 8 positions. And here comes Cody Sanderson. And it seems like we never talk about this 5 car early on in the race. He is normally about middle of the pack and races his way to the front and somehow finds himself up front at the end. Here's another one to watch here. Looking back to the front of this one, we have Wesley Lynch now in control of this after Christopher Howe and Seth LaCroix got tied up there. Opened up the door for Lynch to get on by. And here comes Lee LaCroix. Nothing to say. Same thing every race. Luckily, there is still a lot of racing left to go, and I don't think we've seen the last of Seth LaCroix just yet. We now have a battle for second. Michael Boyd to the inside of Christopher Howe. Christopher Howe, after he got sideways after his contact with Seth LaCroix, maybe heated up those tires. Going to make it a little bit harder for him to keep up now. Looking just a little bit further back in the pack, we see that 48 of Connor Price. He was around that first incident we had, but he is making his way up into the top 5 now, up 11 positions from where he started. And Irene LaCroix over on Facebook saying she believes in Seth's ability to drive a good, clean race, but it sucks that other people can't drive the same. As we see the villain tonight making his way back to 7th. Caution. Caution is out. Looks like it involves George Chomopoulos. going off track. All right, we saw George Tremopoulos. Looks like he came across the nose of another driver and blinked out. We're going to go back, see if this maybe has something to do with a blinking issue. George Tremopoulos up on that high side. But it does appear that 79 car does nothing other than go through, ride through the infield. No damage to that 79 car here. And pit stops have started. Wesley Lynch will lead them down pit road. It looks like Sean Merriman's going to opt to stay out, as pretty much the rest of the field going to come in. Michael Boyd going to win the race off pit road here. That 21 car here's only taken 2 tires. Might have been a popular choice. Wesley Lynch came down pit road in first. He is 8th off. Will be restarting in 9th. Michael Boyd, though, the only one opting to stay out here. An interesting call by this 91 team. Or, I'm sorry, Sean Merriman, the only one to stay out here. Interesting call by the 18 team. See if he can keep pace on those old tires. He may have some help from the likes of Michael Boyd, Cody Sanderson, Connor Price, who appear to have only elected to take 2 tires under that pit stop. So some varying tire strategies here, but everyone going to take gas where they can get it. Here on lap 47, once again, an 80-lap pit window for these drivers. So next pit stop's looking to occur around lap 20 to lap 30. And then they would be good to go till the end. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn 1. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, and we are back. They are doubled up. Sean Merriman sitting in first. Michael Boyd to his outside. Cody Sanderson in third. Connor Price will restart fourth. Joseph Truskowski in fifth. And the pace car is off. Sean Merriman leading them to the green flag this time. Green flag is out. Sean Merriman going to take off. He gets the jump on Boyd. And look at that 87 of Christopher Howe taking it 3 wide, threading the needle, trying to get back up to the front. A bold move by that 87 here on this restart. Still with over 125 laps of racing left, Christopher Howe wants to be up front. Speaking of another driver who wants to be up front, Joseph Truskowski has now moved to second. He sets his sights on Sean Merriman. Here comes Christopher Howe up to fourth now. He's going to work on that 5 of Cody Sanderson. 87 on those 4 fresh tires, looking to make them work for him. We've got a battle developing for the lead now. That 57 of Joseph Truskowski looking to get a nose to the inside of Sean Merriman. Sean Merriman still being shown the leader. Joseph Truskowski tries to work that bottom, but here comes that 87 of Christopher Howe back to Truskowski's bumper. And we've got a 3-way battle for the lead, folks. Howe to the inside of Truskowski. Sean Merriman going to shut the door on that 57 car. Truskowski now back to third. Christopher Howe, though, looking to continue his charge. Sean Merriman doing a great job of holding these guys off, even on those older tires. And Truskowski says he's not done. He's trying. Ooh, man, that was close for Truskowski. Car slow on the bottom. Truskowski almost hits him. That's going to back Truskowski off these leaders here. I tell you what, that scared me. Caution, caution is out. That move there by Truskowski scared me, though. I didn't even see that car on the bottom. So we wait for the scoring to update. Looks like Chris Jones, Ethan Straub, and Thomas Adams involved in this one. Currently looking at the 6 of Chris Jones. Jones looked like he got a little bit loose, but it's the 13 who's going to get sideways here. That is Ethan Straub getting sideways and bringing out the caution here. Thomas Adams getting caught up in that as well. I do believe I said he was the driver of the Aaron's Dream Machine earlier. He's rocking a new paint scheme here, the Fatal Ford. So Sean Merriman able to hold on to the lead during that run. Even with those old tires, Christopher Howe moves up to second. Joseph Truskowski back to third. Omar Rodriguez running fourth. And Robbie Good in fifth. And just our third caution of the night here coming out on lap 56. We look through the pack. Our hard charger right now is that 52 of Preston Shepard. Whereas Dakota Dennis likes to refer to him as Cletus in the chat. A little bit of ribbon between these two drivers in the chat last night here at Daytona. Preston Shepard was in the booth with us. Looking back at that 19 of Dakota Dennis, speaking of him, no, he is not having the night he wanted, currently running 31st. We are going to step away for a quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show, whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd. Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book. Stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly low, race pro. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back, folks. They are doubled up, getting ready to go back racing. Lights on the pace car out. Sean Merriman still in control of this one. We're going to see if he can get a good restart here and continue to hold on to that lead. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. We are back racing, folks. Sean Merriman taking off here. Joseph Truskowski getting a good restart there. He gets the inside of Christopher Howe. Truskowski going to complete the pass for second. Christopher Howe tries to battle back on that outside line, but here comes that 92 of Omar Rodriguez. We haven't talked about him tonight, but he was a force to be reckoned with at Daytona last week. Omar Rodriguez, a member of that Apex racing team here in the ARCA series. Truskowski was able to get by the 18 of Sean Merriman there. Christopher Howe going to follow suit, and now we're seeing the fall off on those tires of that 18 car. He opted to stay out 2 cautions ago, and it may come back to bite him now that he is in that dirty air. As the door is now open for Omar Rodriguez to try and get a run on Merriman. These two leaders, Truskowski and Christopher Howe, continuing to pull away about a half a second back to them in the pack. I tell you what, Sean Merriman may hold up this pack, allow Joseph Truskowski and Christopher Howe to get some one-on-one time together as Christopher Howe looking to the outside of Truskowski. Truskowski trying to shut the door, but Howe going to try a crossover move. Howe to the inside now. They're neck and neck through turns 1 and 2. Howe working that bottom line. Truskowski's going to get a run down the back stretch on that high line. Not enough to clear Howe. And Howe will have the advantage as they go into turns 3 and 4. Howe going to complete the pass. Christopher Howe, your new leader. And James Ortiz rooting for Chris. Ortiz asking about out. We're not sure what you're referring to there, James. I do not believe we have any drivers out of this one yet. We'll look further back in the pack at that 92 of Omar Rodriguez Jr. He has lost a step here as this run has went on. Cody Sanderson looking to get to the inside of him now. All right, and a correction there, James. Chris Tremopoulos being shown as out now. He has not turned a lap here. He forewent qualifying. We see the 52. I believe that was the 52 of Preston Shepard in the back of the 92 of Omar Rodriguez there. We saw Chris Jones and Alan Martin off track here. Go back, take a look, see what happened with these two. Chris Jones getting loose coming off of turn 4, going for a ride through the infield. But we're going to keep it green here. 71 laps in the books. Christopher Howe, though, opening up that gap over Truskowski. A second between Howe and the pack. He's got that clean air working for him. As Truskowski's getting ready to get a mirrorful of that 33 of Wesley Lynch. And look who's still hanging around the front here. Sean Merriman in that 18 car. Hanging strong on those old tires. Once again, looking back, Sean Merriman hit it on lap 19. The top three hit it on lap 46. As well as the rest of the field behind Sean Merriman. It does appear Sean Merriman may be trying to work a little bit of tire strategy here. We watched him last season here in the ARCA series, and his tire strategy is what won him the championship. He saved his tires for the end and was able to get there with late race cautions to take this championship last year. Trying to carry that strategy over here tonight. As Wesley Lynch has now worked his way around Joseph Truskowski. Running about 2/10 of a second faster than Truskowski, and 1/10 of a second faster than Christopher Howe. And the trouble continuing here for Chris Jones. We just saw him take a ride through the infield, and it appears he has had a wreck now. Once again, getting loose. Bouncing it off that inside wall. Some major damage there to that 6. That may end his night as he has had to tow back to the pits. A tough break for that 6 of Chris Jones. As we see Robbie Good now working his way past Sean Merriman. Setting his sights on the 57 of Joseph Truskowski. Joseph Truskowski, very fast at the beginning of the run. Maybe not saving as much tire as he should have, though. You go back and check in with that 43 of Terrell Wheeler. Still trying to move that car up. Currently running 22nd, but he is up 11 positions from where he started. But the biggest mover of the night is going to be that 52 of Preston Shepard, up 17 positions here to 7th. He is still trying to work on that 92 of Omar Rodriguez. And Dawson Price entering the chat now, rooting for the Apex boys. We have some exciting racing here in the back of the pack. Omar Rodriguez, he was running with those front guys. He is backed off a little bit. Kind of bunched the guys up behind him as Preston Shepard now looking to his inside. Ooh, and we see a shakeup back there. That was a 17 of Hunter Geyer getting a little bit sideways. May have gotten a little bit of help. He's able to save that car. Well, Michael Boyd looking to go to work on the inside of Geyer. Michael Boyd, he gets a good run on the entry to those corners. Just trying to get that nose to the inside of Geyer and make the pass. Any other AJ racers, Average Joe's racers? Average Joe's currently with a team of 5. Chris Jones, who's had to pit under green flag to get some damage repaired. costly night for him. John Anthony in the 32 car, Michael Boyd in the 21, Stephen Linger in the 91, and Wesley Lynch in that 33. Wesley Lynch, a member of Average Joe's, currently running in second. Stephen Linger back there in 25th, trying to make his way up to the front. Michael Boyd is trying to make some moves earlier, and looking for some information on John Anthony. Haven't talked about him much tonight here. We see the 18 of Sean Merriman currently on pit road. As well as the 15 of Alan Martin, who's going to bring it down pit road. And LaCroix now bringing it down pit road. It seems a little bit early for these guys to try and pit, but I do believe they would be able to make it just about to the end of this one on fuel after this pit stop. They'd be trying to work that tire and fuel strategy. Sean Merriman, first one to come down. Seth LaCroix may have learned a thing or two last season, watching Sean Merriman's tire strategy, trying to find whatever advantage he can to get back into this. So he's going to make his way off pit road now. And a quick update on John Anthony James. He is currently running 17th. But he is on the move, up 13 positions from where he started. But looking at the 33 of Wesley Lynch, leading the Average Joe's racing team right now. He's now got a second between him and third place, Robbie Good. Now 90 laps in the books. We are just past halfway. Back here looking at the battle for 8th. Jackson Sibley trying to go to work on Hunter Geyer, but Casey Flowers in front there in 8th, holding these guys up. They're trying to work their way around that 11 car. Sibley now getting the nose to the inside of the 11 of Casey Flowers. We currently see the 43 of Terrell Wheeler on pit row, taking four tires and some gas, looking to stretch this one out to the end. Based on this pit window, he's going to be, looks like he may just make it to the end on fuel. He will fall a lap down with these green flag pit stops. The rest of the pack, though, opting to stay out, trying to make this run as quick, or as long as possible. Everyone else last pitting on lap 46. That means lap 126 would be when we see these guys looking to come in for that fuel. Make it to the end on this one. And checking back in with that 52 of Preston Shepard. He continues his charge to the front. Now up to 4th, getting by Joseph Truskowski. Moving up 20 positions for that 52 car. And Brittany Cresson, a little update on Cameron Cresson. The Wi-Fi is out in the Cresson home. We are sorry to hear that. Cameron Cresson going Gonna fall multiple laps down here. And a couple more takers on pit road. George Tremopoulos coming down pit road. He will fall 2 laps down. As Christopher Howe continues this dominant run. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break.
At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated packages. Batteries.
All right, and we are back. A little update on that 57 car. Joseph Truskowski has now fallen off. It appears that he is struggling with his tire wear. He now falls victim to Omar Rodriguez Jr. Joshua Hyatt also getting around him. Hyatt here breaking the top 5 for the first time tonight. And with these long green flag runs, this may have thrown a wrench in a lot of the tire and fuel strategy going on here tonight. Drivers we spoke to earlier on before the race started mentioned that they had concerns about this being such a small track, even though it is wide, and the high number of drivers that have registered for this race. As we look at our race recap, only 3 cautions consisting of 12 laps here tonight. Now 103 laps in the books. Our current leader, Christopher Howe, 7 lead changes tonight. We look at the 52 of Preston Shepard making his way down pit road. So the leader's now starting to look at coming in. Christopher Howe got to get by Preston Shepard. Shepard looks like he will fall 1 lap down. Joseph Truskowski opted to come down pit road as well. He needs to after that tire fall off. So at this point, everyone coming down pit road should be good to make it on fuel. Christopher Howe looks to continue his dominant run here. A second and a half back to Wesley Lynch from the leader here. As he tries to put Joseph Truskowski 2 laps down. Truskowski will be on those new tires when we'll be looking to gain some ground here. Caution is out. Looks like Tanner Witt involved in this one. That's going to shake things up. Go back, take a look, see what happened here with that 88 of Tanner Witt. See Casey Flowers to his outside, and looks like he just slides up the track, sends Tanner Witt for a spin. Tanner Witt able to keep that car off the wall, though. But our fourth caution of the night waves here on lap 106. Christopher Howe will now lead the pack down pit road. Looks like 9 cars left on the lead lap. Now the question is, who's going to win the race off pit road? It looks like, looking at that 33 car, it looks like he's just going for a gas and go here. So Wesley Lynch opting not to take tires here. Going to win the race off pit road, pull out in front of Christopher Howe. Interesting strategy by that 33. So Wesley Lynch will have one more set of tires to carry him to the end. I do believe Christopher Howe and Robbie Good will be out of tires. So we see some more strategy going on. Wesley Lynch looking to save his last set of tires for the very end of this one. Although that is a bold move here. With 65 laps to go, we have not seen a lot of cautions here tonight. A quick update, Thomas Adams now coming down pit road as well. All right, Casey Flowers, little update from him, letting us know Tanner Witt got loose. It's a little bit hard to see on that TV angle. But Tanner Witt getting loose and Casey Flowers getting into him. Tough break for Tanner Witt. We're starting to see the leaders double it up as the wave around cars make their way by the pace car. Wesley Lynch will lead them to the green flag. Christopher Howe will restart second. Robbie Good will restart third. Joshua Hyatt in fourth. And Michael Boyd rounding out your top 5. Pace car is off. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Green flag is out. Wesley Lynch not getting a good restart there. Christopher Howe going to get the jump. Howe with the nose out in front as they go down to turn 1. Howe working that high side. Well, out in front of Wesley Lynch as we've got a battle back here for 5th. Cody Sanderson and Michael Boyd battling it out. Caution is out. Looks like Colton Kinney caught up in this as well as George Chomopoulos. Go back at the 8 car here. It looks like that 6 of Chris Jones. His troubles just continue here tonight. Chris Jones was slow there on the high side. Colton Kinney had nowhere to go. Luckily, he still has a fast repair to use. So our new leader after that green flag run, Christopher Howe. Wesley Lynch will be back there in second. Now we're seeing Sean Merriman, the lone car coming down pit road. Seth LaCroix also going to come with him. We're talking about their interesting tire strategy, how Sean Merriman made his tire strategy work for him last season. Don't know if this is going to pay off. They only had a few green flag laps to really put some wear on those tires. Look at everyone's last pit stop lap. We're currently on laps 117. Only about 10, not even 10 laps of racing on these tires for these leaders. And Merriman and LaCroix coming down pit road, looking to burn their last set. Lights on the pace car are out. They are doubled up, getting ready to go back green flag racing here. All right, and they're going to extend this caution by one more lap as they try and get the field sorted out. Once again, this only the 5th caution of the night here on lap 120. 55 laps to go when this one gets back running. All right, and the pace car is off. Christopher Howe leading them down to the green flag. Green flag is out. They are off. Wesley Lynch getting a good restart there, trying to hang on that high side. Those old tires, though, not going to be any competition for Christopher Howe. Top 5 yet single file. Michael Boyd making his way back to the top 5. Cody Sanderson all over the back bumper, that 21 though. And look out, because here comes Joseph Truskowski trying to work his way around the 19 of Dakota Dennis. Dakota Dennis and Truskowski make contact. Truskowski forcing it 3 wide as he tries to charge back up to the front here. Checking with Dakota Dennis. He is in the top 10 for the first time tonight, but Seth LaCroix going to work by him. Dakota Dennis begins to fall here. Go back to the front. Cody Sanderson has got alongside Michael Boyd, but look in their rear view. Here comes that 57 of Truskowski. We don't see Christopher Howe pulling away just yet. Robbie Good getting alongside Wesley Lynch on those old tires. Michael Boyd able to hold off Sanderson for the time being. He is looking to get to the 87's back bumper. And Boyd is there. We've got a battle for the lead. Michael Boyd challenging Christopher Howe. Christopher Howe dominated the midpoint in this race, but these new tires on everyone's car are gonna even the playing field. As these two battle it out, Cody Sanderson gonna be able to pull up to Christopher Howe as well. Sanderson trying to work that high line. Think about a crossover move there, but it's not gonna work. Michael Boyd is there to prevent him from trying to go low off of the corner. I think Boyd and Howe may have touched there. Howe getting into that outside wall. That's going to check that 87 up. Allow Michael Boyd to get a nose out. And I do believe Boyd is going to clear Christopher Howe. As Sanderson tries to get his nose up to the inside. Robbie Good joining the fray as well. And that 57 of Joseph Truskowski. Watch out for him. He made it known in the Cup Series that he is going to do what it takes to put that car in victory lane. As he tries to push the issue here. And there's a little bit of a move by Joseph Truskowski. He got to that rear bumper of the 77 and just moved him out of the way. More contact between the 77 of Robbie Good and Joseph Truskowski. Robbie Good, a newcomer to this league. Be interesting to see how he takes that one. And here comes that 52 of Preston Shepard as well. Caution, caution is out. Back in the pack. John Anthony involved in this one. Right along with John Anthony, driver of that 32 car. It looks like some contact going to send that 32 spinning. He's going to lock the tires up. It does appear that he is able to keep that 32 off of the wall. So he tries to get that car back going. This is just our 6th caution of the night. Oh, we're going to go back, take a look at this move by Joseph Truskowski. Looking at right along with the 57 here. Makes that move one more look. We're going to take it back live here as Wesley Lynch has led the field down pit road. Everyone looking to use those that last set of tires. You're on lap 133. Looky who has a fresh set here. Joseph Truskowski getting a fresh set, as well as Wesley Lynch. They are both very fast, but they're going to have to restart from 14th and 15th. That fresh set of tires, that is a lot of ground to make up here. With only about 40 laps to go. We see Seth LaCroix coming down pit road again. Something not right with that 29 car. Not the night he's looking for. So Michael Boyd is still your leader. Christopher Howe will be running second. Robbie Good in third. Joshua Hyatt will restart fourth. Sean Merriman is going to restart fifth. We were talking about Sean and his interesting tire strategies. Double them up, getting ready to go back green flag racing here. All right, and it looks like they're going to extend the caution by one more lap. Lights on the pace car now out. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. We've got a lot of fresh tires back there in the pack. This is going to get interesting. We've seen on these restarts, it takes a couple laps for these cars to get spread out. I would expect to see some of these guys in the back getting very aggressive with time winding down in this one. And those fresh tires trying to make their way back up to the front. All right, and another extension of the caution here. All right, the pace car's going to dive off this time by. We're getting ready to go back green. Michael Boyd will lead them down to the green flag here. Green flag is out. Michael Boyd going to take off. Robbie Good getting a jump there. Going to get out in front of Christopher Howe. I think Christopher Howe got caught sleeping after thinking we were going back green flag racing twice there. I don't think he was ready for that one as he tries to battle back on the outside. But here comes that 18 of Sean Merriman. Just a quick update on these pit stop strategies. Merriman, only about 7 lap newer tires. We're going to see if that strategy is going to pay off here. As Howe looks to the inside now. Merriman on the outside of Howe. Here comes that 52 of Preston Shepard yet again. You've seen him make his runs to the front a couple times tonight. He started in the rear of the field, now up to 6th, looking to crack that top 5. Looky here, that 57 of Joseph Truskowski restarted 15th, now up to 7th. Making those new tires work for him. He goes to work on the 92 of Omar Rodriguez Jr. Truskowski gonna be able to get around Omar Rodriguez Jr. We look at the front of the pack. Christopher Howe still battling with Sean Merriman for that 3rd position. Here comes Preston Shepard and Joseph Truskowski, though, getting ready to enter the fray. Merriman going to settle back into 4th now. He's got a mere full of that 57 car. The 87 of Christopher Howe going to make a pass for 2nd now as he goes by Robbie Good. But here comes Truskowski inside of Sean Merriman now. Truskowski working that bottom line. This could spell trouble for Robbie Good here. He's kind of caught out there in the middle. They are a 3-wide drag race down the backstretch. Truskowski and Good make contact there. Robbie Good just trying to keep it straight. He's stuck in the middle there. Truskowski gets alongside Sean Merriman. Now down to 30 laps to go. Nubbin in the chat rooting for 43 of Terrell Wheeler. Terrell Wheeler currently running in 18th. Truskowski is now cracked the top 3 yet again. We've got battles back in the pack here as Preston Shepard gets to the inside of Sean Merriman. Caution is out. Looks like Ethan Straub involved in this one. Casey Flowers also caught up in that. We're going to go back, take a look, see what happened here. It looks like Ethan Straub just getting into Casey Flowers. We're going to back that up, take one more look at it. Looks like Casey Flowers might have initiated contact there coming out of the turn. Casey Flowers coming up the track. He and Ethan Straub make contact. That will shake things up. We are now under 30 to go. Lap 149 of 175. Michael Boyd, your current leader. Only 7 cautions tonight for 30 laps. And 9 lead changes here. So Michael Boyd still in charge of this one. Christopher Howe on the outside there in second. Joseph Truskowski on those fresher tires making his way up to third. Take a look at this pit stop strategy. Truskowski with about 20 lap fresher tires. He may have the advantage on this restart. All right, Casey Flowers, a little bit of an insight, something we didn't get to see here on the Rebel Racing Network. He's talking about his incident with Ethan Straub here over on YouTube. He said he was bumped by Straub for the last 2 corners. One time he was inside, he came down on exit and tapped me to stop me from passing. He was also multiple laps down. Then when he finally got spun. So it looks like we may have a new rivalry developing here between Casey Flowers and Ethan Straub. I know Casey is not happy about that move there, as he currently sits on pit row getting that damage repaired. It does appear that Casey Flowers is done for the night. Lights on the pace car are out. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag as they have doubled it up. Michael Boyd in charge of this one. Christopher Howe in second. Joseph Truskowski in third. Wesley Lynch in fourth. Robbie Good back there in fifth. And green flag is out. Michael Boyd has Joseph Truskowski all over his back bumper. Oh, Joseph Truskowski getting turned by Robbie Good. Nubbin over here saying ARCA turning into an Arby's with all the beef going on. We are here for the drama. And we're going to go back, look at this restart here. So Robbie Good getting to the inside, and honestly, it does look like Robbie Good did come up into Joseph Truskowski. One more time. Watching this restart here. Robbie Good gonna jump to the inside of Truskowski. Quick Joseph Truskowski, I think, thought about going down to there to block him. Unfortunately, Seth LaCroix going to get caught up in that as well. Robbie Good taking the worst of it, though. And Joseph Truskowski still with a quick repair in his back pocket. He's off pit road. Currently running 18th. It looks like he will restart around 16th for that 57 car. Dawson Price saying boys are getting airborne out there. Joseph Truskowski looks like he may have gotten a black flag here. So he's dropping to the back of the pack. Maybe speeding in the pits. So once again, that's going to shake up the front runners here. Christopher Howe was scored the leader at the last timing loop. He will be first now. Michael Boyd in second. Wesley Lynch in third. Preston Shepard will restart fourth. Joshua Hyatt is going to restart fifth. Seth LaCroix we restart in sixth. I thought he got a piece of that, but looking at that car appears to look clean. So Seth LaCroix making his way back up to the front after some early incidents for him. Nubbin is pointing out that the 57 is a lap down. He is the first car he scored a lap down. The lights on the pace car are out, and we are doubled up, getting ready to go back racing here, folks. His battle for the lead is going to heat up on this one. Keep your eye on that 52 of Preston Shepard back there in fourth. He has charged to the front here and is looking to continue that charge. Michael Boyd and Christopher Howe start battling it out. Preston Shepard could come out of nowhere to take the win. As they get things sorted out, Ryan Mack looks like he was inadvertently waved around the pace car. Currently being scored in first. Lights on the pace car are out. Christopher Howe leading them down to the green flag. Ryan Mack still being shown in first, though. Not sure what's going on there. Christopher Howe going to take control of that lead, but here comes Preston Shepard challenging Michael Boyd for second. Seth LaCroix, we were worried about damage to that 29 car, but it does not appear that is going to be a factor here. Travis Neamon involved in an incident back in the pack. We will get you that green, or that replay when we get a chance. Preston Shepard going to move Michael Boyd out of the way as Seth LaCroix getting to the inside. LaCroix now challenging for second. Michael Boyd going to drop all the way back to sixth there after contact with that 52 car. See Dakota Dennis going across the track. Looks like he made contact with something. He works his way around Michael Boyd. Dakota Dennis, he's been in the back all race, but he has made his way up to fifth here late in this one. Caution, caution is out. We're going to go back and see what happened here with Travis Neaman. Neaman in the 20 car. Out there racing around the 16, who has some heavy damage. And looks like he made contact with the 16. That is the 16 of Joshua Highway getting into that 20 car. Looks like Mike Hill was the actual cause of the caution here. He collects Cody Sanderson as well. Go back and look at the start of this. It looks like that 16 of Joshua Hyatt also involved in this one. Joshua Hyatt, 2 incidents back to back. That may be a penalty coming his way after the race. All right, Robbie Good saying he does not feel bad. That same car week after week driving with zero regard. Robbie Good referring back to that incident between him and Joseph Truskowski. Joseph Truskowski getting one less friend out there. We wait for this restart here. We're going to try and head down to the infield care center and get an interview with Robbie Good. Robbie, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. We're seeing the comments on YouTube. Take us through that incident with Joseph Truskowski.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, honestly. We've been having a good race all night, and it's the same car week after week that just doesn't drive with any respect. And I mean, I didn't mean to spin him, but I mean, he's been doing the same move on me all night and having zero regard. So if I can't give it back to him, I don't know what else to say. But bummer the way it went down. But I mean, someone at least at some point needs to give it back to him. So I don't really feel bad.
All right, and we've got another comment in the chat. Racing Joe says you got outraced. Robbie, care to respond?
I mean, that's fine. I don't have anything to say. I don't have a great result to back my words up yet. But, I mean, it's going to be a good season. I'm not too worried about it. I have the pace. So as long as we can clean some things up, and I got no worries. I mean, if he can learn how to race with some respect, I don't think he's going to be quite as fast as everyone thinks. He just throws it in there and everyone else just lets it happen. So someone's got to put an end to it.
All right, so some strong words from Robbie Good. We have beef here, boys. We're going to send you back down, Robbie, as we are back green flag racing. Christopher Howell taking the lead. Seth LaCroix on the outside. Preston Shepard now running third. Now down to 11 laps to go. And Thomas Adams appears to have had an issue on that restart. They are bunched up back in the pack, but we are staying glued right here to the front as Seth LaCroix challenging Christopher Howell for the lead. And they touch. Caution. Caution is out. Looks like Travis Neamon, John Anthony, Terrell Wheeler, Tanner Witt all involved in this. I'm gonna go back, take a look. It just looks like a massive bunch up. Everyone running out of room there. Terrell Wheeler had some damage already. He was the slow car and appears to have bunched everyone up. Causing mayhem, and that is going to make the end of this one interesting as the beef continues in the chat. Nubbin saying Truskowski is basically Hamlin. You love to hate him. And we are currently looking through Discord trying to get an interview with the other party as the drama continues here. But we're going to go back to the drama on track. Christopher Howell still in first place, but Seth LaCroix is charging hard after an early race incident. And Nubbin giving Racing Joe credit. Joseph Truskowski, known for his aggressive style, but he does know how to put that car in victory lane, and you have got to respect that. As they are already doubling them up, but those lights on the pace car still on. So some shakeups up here up front. It has been all Christopher Howell since about the midpoint here. LaCroix making his way back up to the front. Wesley Lynch still hanging around the front. Michael Boyd as well. Keep your eye on Preston Shepard. I wouldn't count out that 19 of Dakota Dennis. He has been quiet in the back. His strategy was to avoid the mayhem here, and it looks like he has come out the other side of it. A lot of mayhem mid-pack as this race has went on. Dakota Dennis hanging out in the back, and now he is sitting here running top 6. And we are already looking forward to the Martinsville Cup race. Rivalries brewing here tonight. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. The lights on the pace car are out. Christopher Howell will lead them to the pit, to the green flag, but looking back at these last pit stops, LaCroix fresher tires than Howell. We're going to see if he can make those pay off. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. You see Seth LaCroix and Christopher Howe touching before they even take the green flag. LaCroix on that outside. Trouble in the back in the pack. Dakota Dennis and Michael Boyd involved in that. Caution is out. We look back at that 19 of Dakota Dennis. Heavy damage to that front end. We're going to go back, see what happened here on this restart. It looks like Boyd just came up into Dakota Dennis. A tough break for that 19. We were just commenting about how he appears to have made his way through the mayhem, and then it finds him on that restart. We are currently on lap 172 of 175, and we are going to get overtime. 11th caution is out here tonight. All right, so we are going to have overtime here, folks. And this is going to be an interesting one. Anyone in that top four, I think, can take it. But don't count out that 18 of Sean Merriman. He has a way of finding his way to the front at the end of these ones. Nubbin saying the 29 is going to win it. The 29 does have the tires. Speed Edge Designs entering the chat. Not happy with Boyd at the moment. Once again, referring to Michael Boyd, driver of that 21. We saw him involved in that last incident. Lights on the pace car are off, and we are going to set them up one more time, hoping to get this one done. Pace car is off. Christopher Howe leads them down to the green flag. Wesley Lynch restarted second. Seth LaCroix in third. Green flag is out. No one giving an inch. You see Seth LaCroix looking to try and take it 3 wide as they go into turn 1. Not going to work. He's going to lose a step there. Preston Shepard now to third. They're still neck and neck. White flag is out. Wesley Lynch, your leader at the line. Christopher Howe hanging there on the low side, trying to battle back. Joshua Hyatt involved in an incident back in the pack. They enter turns 3 and 4. Neck and neck, no one giving an inch. Sean Merriman looking to try and take it low. It was Lynch. Lynch going to take the checkered flag here. Christopher Howe just short of Lynch as they came to the line. Seth LaCroix in third. Sean Merriman's going to take fourth. Preston Shepard rounding out your top 5. All right, and we look at Wesley Lynch here, burning it down. We are just waiting on Christopher Howe to make his way up to the booth. Wesley Lynch celebrates here on the front stretch. He brings that car to a rest. We're going to go ahead and get started with our interviews here. We're going to start with that 29 of Seth LaCroix. Coming home third tonight. Seth, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
All right. Congratulations on a podium finish here to start the season. Looks like you are looking at continuing your dominance, but there's some new competition. 2 rookies going to finish 1-2 here tonight.
Yeah, it was about the most eventful race I've ever been a part of. I cannot believe I ended up on the podium, but some self-inflicted, a lot not my fault, but it's good that we got back up to the front.
All right, and yeah, we were watching you at the beginning. Then you seemed like almost a non-factor after your incident early on in this race. Take us through that incident.
I'm actually about to go look at it. I'm not really sure. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been the 87. I was faster than everyone in the front, and coming off the corner, I just touched him a little bit, and he checked up, so I lifted, and I think Cherkowski hit me, so I don't put that at fault for anyone. But then when I fell back to last place, coming back through the field was so hard. If I didn't really want to send it 3 wide, like that early in the race, and fighting walls and stuff, but this one definitely got away from me. The second to last restart, I don't know if games were played or what, but I had to lift, and that's how I lost second. I feel like I would have had it, but it was a good race nonetheless. I'm very proud of Apex. We all 3 in the top 10, so it was a good race, long race. It was fun, and good racing, man. I'm very proud of the whole ARCA series. Like, I feel like that was pretty caution free for the most part, and we had some really nice long clean runs, and that's all you can ask for. And congrats to Wesley. He was always up front. Him and the 87 were up front, and I felt like I was only there for the end, unfortunately, but it was a great race, and I look forward to next week.
All right, and we're looking forward to next week as well. Before we let you get on out of here, anyone you want to shout out?
Oh, like I said, just Apex, man. The guys did really good. We ran a couple sessions, got everyone up to speed, 3 top 10s, and my parents for watching as usual. So appreciate you.
All right, we appreciate you, sir. We will see you next Sunday night for the Cup Series. Have a good evening, Seth.
You too.
All right, once again, that was Seth LaCroix coming home in third tonight. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Christopher Howe. Chris, it is Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, congratulations on a second place finish. Got to be a little bit disappointing after dominating most of this race. 96 out of 175 laps led for you. Take us through that last restart, buddy.
Well, it's hard to maintain that lead when you're on the bottom because the second lane is the preferred lane. You just get so much momentum runoff, it's 2 or 4. So I knew that. I mean, because I had been running that line kind of, and I just did my best and just try to keep my momentum up going into one. And Wesley was just able to hang right there. You know, he knew exactly what to do. Just if he could just stay on my left or my right rear, he could just motor off on 4, and that's exactly what happened when we come out of the last turn. I just tried to get as much turn in it as I could, you know, back it up a little bit, get a good turn, and hopefully get good drive off. But when you got that many laps on your tires at that point, the outside's just going to prevail. But it was clean, it was fun. Like I said, led a lot of laps. A little disappointed not getting the win, but I guess second's good. It's the first loser, so.
Well, second place, nothing to shake your head at. First race of the season, and this is your rookie season here in the ARCA series. We were watching you last night in the Cup series. You know, you were one of the top drivers at Daytona in the Cup series, able to really push well and a very strong running tonight. I think you're going to be one to keep an eye on this season and maybe a force to be reckoned with here in the future.
Maybe. I mean, hopefully you didn't let the cat out of the bag. I'm just, I'm a little bit of a veteran now. You know, I've been doing iRacing for about 5 years. I don't really do officials that much anymore because it's just not clean racing. So I've stuck with the leagues for the past few years, and man, I've been in some really, really fast leagues over the years, and yeah, just come over here and see what I can do. There's some fast guys over here, so see what they got.
All right, and we'll be looking forward to see what you got next week at Phoenix. But we're going to let you get on out of here. Before we do, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, appreciate the interview for second place, and look forward to y'all's broadcast over the seasons for both. I did catch up with the broadcast last night. It was pretty good, and just so I want to thank you and your counterpart that did the broadcast last night. Then I just want to thank my teammates over at Keystone Motorsports Group. We got Robbie Good. He was in here tonight racing with me, and then we got our few other teammates that don't participate in the ARCA. They're in the Cup. We got Jamie Dunning, Jonathan Dominics, and Chris Evans. So just want to thank them. And yeah, man, just looking forward to the season, and hopefully I can get me a win. I thought I was going to get me one tonight, but that's all right. Phoenix is a good track for me too, so hopefully I can go get one next week.
All right, and we have Robbie Good in the booth saying Keystone's first podium, and it is something to be stoked about, so he's rooting you on. We had him in the booth here earlier, after his incident, but we're going to let you get on out of here, get to that team meeting, and get ready for Phoenix next week. Have a good night.
I appreciate it. Hopefully it was a good finish for you guys. Hopefully it was entertaining. I know there's a bunch of cautions in there, but man, that was a close finish. That was really close.
All right, I tell you what, we're on the edge of our seats, but we've got to get on to tonight's big winner, so we're going to let you get on out of here. Thank you for the interview, buddy.
Have a good night. Not a problem. See you later.
You too. See you later. All right, once again, that was Christopher Howe coming in second, but we're going to move on to tonight's winner, Wesley Lynch. Wesley, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, buddy.
All right, congratulations on winning the first points race of the season. You started first, you came home first, but only led 23 laps. Take us through that last restart in that battle with Christopher Howe to get the win.
Yeah, I just think I was able to have the freshest tires at the end of the race. And was able to, get a pretty good jump with him at the same time that he took off, and just maintain the outside. So I just knew if I was able to stay on his outside, I was able to at least catch a good run out of 4. So it worked out.
All right, and yes, it did. So you qualified first, finished first. Is this what we can expect to see out of you as the season goes on?
I don't know. We'll see if that was just luck. That might have been a lucky draw for tonight. We'll have to see next week.
All right. Well, we will be keeping an eye on you next week. We're going to let you get on out of here and start the celebration, though. Before we do, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to the guys over at Average Joe's, Linger and Chris and Boyd, and um, I may be forgetting one or two, but those guys, you for broadcasting this on Rebel Racing Network, along with the guys that put this together at NORA and the
All,
fans that tuned in.
all right. Well, we appreciate it. And y'all put on a great show for the fans. Thank you again, buddy. Have a good night.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Thank you. All right. And I have just been informed that we have a special guest coming up in the booth. We were talking about wanting to get an interview with him earlier. He has made his way to the Discord, and that is the number 57 of Joseph Truskowski. Joseph, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah.
All right. We have got to talk about the drama, the beef going down in the chat, the beef going down on the track. We let Robbie Good have his say. We're going to let you have yours. Take us through that incident.
I mean, it's pretty, I mean, if you watch it back and saw what happened, you know, that's what happened. Came up into me, and he was mad because I bumped him out of the way the lap before, and I went back and looked at the replay, and it was netcode, passed him clean. There might have been another point early on in the race. I raced him hard. I mean, I race everybody hard, but I make mistakes. I don't intentionally wreck people and take out the whole field. So that was pretty bad. I've intentionally wrecked Isabel after the checker. That doesn't affect 20 other cars. But, you know, I've made mistakes and taken out cars before, but intentionally wrecking, that was pretty bad. And I mean, come on, it's freaking 20 to go, and he's starting behind me in 5th, and I'm in 3rd. It's like, and then he goes and takes me out. That's the time that he picks to give it back to me. I mean, he knew he wasn't going to win the race. How are you starting 5th and then think you're not going to win and just take out the guy that roughed you up a lap or two ago? Like, that was just pretty bad. You know he wasn't going to win. He knew he wasn't going to win. I mean, I had a good shot. I had the way fresher tires, and, I mean, give me a lap or two off that restart, starting 3rd. Even if he got to the bottom of me there, I was eventually going to get by the front 2. And then there was definitely going to be a caution or two. But I was going to have way better track position than anybody taking tires after that. So I think I should have won that race. I outraced a lot of people tonight at the front on the short run. Some of the guys up there at the front, though, and the new guys, they were definitely better on the long run early on. But I was just burning my stuff up, seeing what I could do. But, yeah, I believe I should have won that race. And we'll let Terrell handle Robbie. I'm sure he'll be at the bottom of the points. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. So is this going to be on your mind when we head to Phoenix next week?
No. I mean, it don't matter who you are or what you did to me in the past. I'm going to race you hard no matter what. And I'm going to try not to wreck you. I just can't believe it's just not a good look for us. I mean, you might think I might not be a good look, but I mean, I'm the one putting on the show out there and going for it. I do race people with respect.
Yep, I tell you what, you are probably one of the most fun drivers to watch here in the ARCA series. There is always a storyline around you, so we are glad to have you here, Joseph. But we're going to let you get on out of here.
All right.
So, but we appreciate you, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, once again, that was Joseph Truskowski, and it appears that my counterpart has also made it up to the booth, Preston Shepard. Preston, it's Austin. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good. All right, we're doing interviews with almost everyone tonight, a lot of storylines, and I'd just like to point out your storyline tonight. You started back there in 24th, made your way up to the front to grab a top 5, and you're going to be our hard charger of the week. Where did you come from? Because I had lost track of you like twice, and somehow you just managed to find your way up to the front.
You know, we finished around this spot last year. I think actually Terrell beat me out by 1 spot on the hard charger, which I'm kind of salty about. But no, we had good, really great long run speed. I felt like we were the fastest car out there when, you know, the tires got worn off, and all those cautions in that second half just kind of took a toll on us. We weren't able to get that long run speed we had, but we kept it up front as long as we could.
Well, and it looks like it paid off for you. Top 5 finish here in the first race of the season. Yo, that's going to definitely play a factor into points. And just a little update, you and Terrell Wheeler were tied, but you went all the way up to 5th, so we're going to give the hard charger award to you tonight.
Yeah, I'll take it. I hope you maybe message him that. But I mean, I almost kind of wish I was up here with you. I mean, I had a good seat of a lot of the action, but I mean, there's definitely a lot of new stories to tell tonight. I hope it doesn't, you know, cross over in the cup side, but heck of a race. You know, we added 2 new guys to our team, Michael Hill and Braden Craycraft for Team 785, along with Ethan Straub, and we all gained about 10 spots. So the whole team was on a good long run pace, and that's where we kind of wanted to keep the race. It just didn't fall into our favor.
All right, buddy. But we're going to let you get on out of here because it is getting late here, and we've got to get off the air. Want to thank you again for hopping up here, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you back in the booth next Sunday night.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see y'all.
All right, thank you, buddy. Once again, that was Preston Shepard bringing home a top 5 here tonight. And you know, we've got to review the footage, but definitely looks like we have some drama brewing, some beef on track. Make sure you guys tune in next Monday night at 9 o'clock for Phoenix. And while you're at it, also tune in 7:30s on Sunday nights for the Cup Series. We're going to be keeping a close eye to see if some of this drama spills over to the Cup Series as well. But before that, on Wednesday night, we have the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series coming back to us. They will be live from Kansas for 90 laps. Make sure you guys tune into that. And I do believe they still are recruiting as well, trying to fill out that field with clean drivers. If you are interested, check them out on Discord. Reach out to Dakota Dennis or Marcus De La Garza for that information. But I would just like to thank everyone for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and run through our official results tonight. Taking home the win was Wesley Lynch. Christopher Howe will finish 2nd. Seth LaCroix in 3rd. Sean Merriman finishes 4th. Preston Shepard in 5th. Omar Rodriguez Jr. finishes 6th. Alan Martin comes home in 7th. Connor Price in 8th. Craig Peterson will finish 9th. Jackson Sibley will finish 10th. Mike Hill in 11th. Ryan Mack will finish 12th. Terrell Wheeler finishes 13th. Travis Neamon finishes 14th. Stephen Linger comes home in 15th. Michael Boyd will finish 16th. Braden Craycraft in 17th. 18th was Joshua Hyatt. Coming home in 19th was Joseph Truskowski. Dakota Dennis will finish 20th. Ethan Straub in 21st. John Anthony finishes 22nd. Colton Kinney in 23rd. Chris Jones will come home 24th. Tanner Witt finishes 25th. Thomas Adams will come home in 26th. Cody Sanderson finishes 27th. Dave Stinson will finish 28th. Hunter Geyer in 29th. Robbie Good finishes 30th. Casey Flowers will come home 31st. George Chamopoulos finishes 32nd. Brandon McGraw will come home 33rd. 34th was Cameron Cresson after some internet issues. And Chris Chamopoulos will be scored 35th after not making the show tonight. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure you tune in Wednesday night for the Third Coast Xfinity. We will be back here Sunday night for the Cup Series, and then right back here on Monday night for the return of the ARCA Series. Tune in to see the drama play out. Thank you guys, and we will see you back here on Wednesday.